me to go shopping in Paris or go sailing overseas.
Hey guys, what's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. And I'm not gonna talk too much. I just want to say, like, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Y'all saw the title of this video, so y'all already know what's up. In this video, I'm gonna be telling you how to get over your ex and how to be a badass bitch, period. So yeah, I'm just about to get right into it. First step to getting over your ex is block him or her on everything. Block them on Facebook, block them on Twitter, block them on Instagram, block their number, block their friends, block their family, anyone associated with that person. You need to block them. And the reason why I'm saying to block them is because when you're trying to get over someone, you don't want to see what they're doing. You don't want to see what they're doing. You don't want to see if they're with somebody else, if they're happier without you. That is just going to make you feel bad. It's going to be like, dang, like maybe I really was the problem. They're happy and I'm not. Like, cut it. Because half the time your ex is probably posting stuff, or your ex's friend is posting stuff, so you could see it and so you could think they are happy, when in reality they could be going through all types of emotions. They could be having it worse than you. So to, like, honestly, to just like move all that out the way, block them. Block them, their friends, their family, anyone associated with them, block them. So my next tip is to focus on your family and focus on your friends. Like, go out with your girls or your homies, look cute, take pictures, know you're that bitch, and just go out and have a good time. And this will kind of take your mind off it. When you're in relationships, you tend to put friendships on the back burner just because you're focusing like so heavily on that relationship. So I feel like when you break up, like, go to your friends, go to your family, like people that you haven't been, hanging out with maybe as much, and just have a good time, turn up, feel the high energy, like all that good stuff. And just like create new memories with your friends. Like, personally, when I dated my ex, we would always watch movies. So when I would watch certain movies or certain movies that would like come on, I would like immediately think of him. And I was like, damn, like now I can't even watch that movie. But like then I started literally watching those same movies with my friends. Like one of my best friends, we watched Love and Basketball, shout out to her. And like now, instead of thinking of him when I see that movie, I think of her, and just do stuff with your friends. Like, y'all don't even have to go out. Like, y'all could have a wine night, y'all could watch movies, y'all could watch The Bachelor, or y'all could watch Love and Hip Hop. Like, literally just, hang out with your friends, hang out with your family, be around people that support you and love you, and know that like when you're going through this really tough time, they're going to be there to talk to you, they're going to be there to support you, be there for you, share their similar experiences. So like that is just really important, because like I said, you do not want to be thinking about your ex when you're trying to get over that person. So the next thing is, and this is so important, do not jump into another relationship. Nothing serious, nothing like I broke up with my ex 3 months ago or 2 months ago and now I'm dating somebody else. The best way to get over someone is not to get under somebody else. Like, whoever made up that myth is false, because honestly, half the time when you're with that person and you're just gonna be thinking about your ex. Like, literally, I have had experiences where I broke up with my ex, and literally if I was hanging out with a guy, like, and that guy did anything to remind me of my ex, immediately my mind would just jump to my ex and I would just be thinking about him. So then it's kind of a waste, and it's unfair to that person, because you're like just mentally not in this space to like deal with somebody else. So I really, really, really want to emphasize this. Do not jump into another relationship. Do not jump and try to talk to somebody. Really take your time and like get to know yourself again, because a lot of times in relationships, you like basically like, I feel like you lose yourself, it's just like you're so focused on that other person's happiness that you forget about your own. And like, I was super guilty of this. Like, I always wanted to make sure my ex was good and my ex was happy, and half the time I'm not even happy. So definitely take this time not to get into another relationship, not to talk heavy with somebody, but kind of just like focus on yourself, focus on what you like, let yourself be alone for a little while, because that's really what you need. Like, personally, I'm the type of person, I've always been in relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship. So I never really had time to focus on myself. I never had time to like grieve, and I never had time to be like, dang, like what does Jordan really want to do? What does Jordan like to do? It was always like focusing on somebody else and what they like to do and their happiness. So I just really want to emphasize this. Don't get into another relationship. Really focus on yourself and focus on your friends. And that's not to say you can't like mingle. You know, you see somebody cute, you could say what's up, be like, you're looking cute, you know, but don't let it get too serious. You know, we don't want serious. Like, we were just in a serious relationship, like something flirtatious, something cute, you know, oh, I see you, you see me, whatever. We could like start off as friends, like, but take it super slow. Do not rush into anything. That is so important. So my next thing, and this is also important, do not text your ex when you are drunk. Okay, we blocked that person's number for a reason. So don't text your ex when you're drunk or you're feeling vulnerable. Don't apologize to your ex. Stop apologizing, especially like as a girl. If you're watching this video, I feel as women, we feel the need to like over apologize and overcompensate. It's like, you know, I had like, after I broke up with my ex, and even before I broke up with my ex, when I knew the relationship was ending, I had a tendency to like overextend. You know, I'm over apologizing. You know, I'm like sending him text messages, like long paragraphs in books that honestly he probably wasn't even reading. So don't waste your time. Don't apologize. Don't text that person when you're drunk or feeling vulnerable. Don't sleep with your ex after y'all are broken up if you're really trying to stay broken up, because that's not going to help you. You know, you need to remember y'all broke up for a reason. Like, you and him or you and her decided to call it quits for a reason. Therefore, there should be no communication after y'all decided, this ain't it, and we know it. Because honestly, it's like when you're texting your ex, even if you're in a sober state, but if you're texting your ex when you're drunk and you're apologizing, you know, it's just not good, and it only is gonna hurt you more. You're gonna be like, dang, you know, because what if your ex just doesn't respond? You know, he or she just reads it and it's like, yeah, she's hurting, but I don't care. And you're gonna be like, damn, like I really thought this person cared about me and they didn't. And honestly, like that's how it happened for me. Like, I texted my ex after we broke up a really long paragraph. He didn't even say shit. Like, he literally said nothing. So you know what, don't even, like, I'm saying from personal experience, do not waste your time. Like, don't apologize. If you are happy, then just be happy and just move on from it. So the next thing I want to say is to just focus on yourself. This was something, like I said, like I had always been in a relationship after relationship. So I kind of struggled with that first because I just didn't really know what it meant to be like without somebody, you know. But like as time went on, I definitely coped with it better. Like I said, I hung out with my friends, I hung out with my families. I hung out with my family, but like honestly, like also just do stuff alone that you enjoy. That's like one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube again, because I knew I really like, you know, creating videos. I really like editing. I really like hearing people's feedback and just like, you know, just being creative. Like, it was just a creative outlet for me. And I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna go back to doing YouTube videos because one, it distracts me, and two, it just allows me to like have something for myself that like someone else can't take away from me, you know. And it's like, this is another thing when I talk about focusing on yourself, I realize that you cannot depend on other people to make you happy. Like, you have to make yourself happy, because if you're depending on other people to make you happy, you are never going to be happy in the long term. You might be happy in the moment or, you know, for a couple months, but like your happiness really needs to come from within and from yourself. Because honestly, if you're allowing other people to control your happiness, it's always going to fluctuate, you know. You need to have your best interest at heart and do what makes you happy without having to rely on other people. And that's one thing that I'm still learning to this day, you know. I still need to like focus on making myself happy and not relying on happiness from like the outer. But yeah, definitely get a hobby. I like to do YouTube. My roommate, she likes to paint. If you want to dance, take classes, go to the gym, there's so many things you could do that you don't need nobody else. Like, literally, like, I feel like that we scared to do things on our own. Like, literally, if you want to go to the movies by yourself, do it. Go to the mall by yourself. Like, if you want to try new things, your friends don't want to do it, just do it for yourself. Do it for you, because at the end of the day, the person that is going to make happy is you. So that's important. So the other thing I want to say is, do not think that your ex is the best or only person you are going to ever have. I really had this issue. Like, I felt like my ex was like my end all be all, and I was like, you know what, like, he's perfect and it's just me and I'm messing up and I need to look at, you know, the bigger picture. You know, he cares about me, blah blah blah. No. First of all, no. First of all, if you're a young person, even if you're an older person, you're going to meet so many people in your life, so many people in college, at the job, at work, and there are people that will treat you better in are going to treat you better. Like literally, there could be someone that will literally treat you like royalty without you even having to ask. So don't think that you have to put up with the bullshit your ex is doing just because you feel like, you know what, I'm in this relationship and no one else is gonna treat me this good. No one else is gonna love me. That's wrong. No, and you know what? People when they're dating will be like, you know what, no one's gonna love you like me. No one's gonna care about you like me. Yes, they will. Like someone will love you for you, treat you better. You don't have to, you know, work for it. It'll just come naturally. You know, everyone, that's not to say that like, you know, the grass is greener on the other side, but like sometimes the grass is really greener on the other side, you know, and you just need to let go to realize that. So I just want to emphasize that. Do not think this is the best you're ever going to have. Don't think that this is the only person you're going to ever have. Like, no, there's a bunch of people in the world, a lot of fish in the sea. Someone, in the words of my friend, someone else will make you come. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Just move on. So my next tips is be patient. It honestly just takes time. It's not gonna happen overnight. You're not just gonna wake up the next day or wake up after watching this video and be like, you know what, I'm over my ex. That's just not how it works. You know, it just takes time. I was with my ex for around like on and off 4 years, and I would say I didn't start feeling like I was like, okay, I can move on, I'm ready, until like 4 months, at least 4 months. And you know, even to this day, sometimes I have second thoughts. You know, sometimes like something will just remind you of that person. You'll just be like, oh crap, you know, that was a good memory I had. But that's what you need to look at it as. That was a good memory in the past. Like, it's okay to reminisce on good memories. It's okay to reminisce on good times you had with your ex, but you just need to like think to yourself, like, that was in the past. You know, that's not where we were currently, and that's not where I am currently. So, you know, just don't beat yourself up about it. If, you know, sometimes, you know, you think about your ex or you miss your ex, especially if it's in the early months. That's just natural, especially if you're with that person like me. I was with my ex for a very long time, like my entire second half of my teenage years. So, you know, I grew up with that person. Basically, I grew up with that person. That's who I looked to. You know, I had a deep love for that person. But at the end of the day, you need to realize, like, just be appreciative of the good memories, but you need to move on, you know, because if you're still like, oh my god, like, those are the memories, I'm holding on to the memories, like, the memories, who that person was in those memories and who that person is right now could be very, very different. So I think it's okay to be like, yeah, I love that I had that memory with that person, I'm gonna cherish it forever, but in the present day, in the moment, I know that I need to move on, you know. So the next thing I want to say is know your worth. You are worth so much. Like, and you know what, sometimes if you get in fights with your ex or your friends, they'll like try to bring you down. They'll say you're not worth nothing, or, you know, like, this is your fault. You know, they try to like point out all your faults, and that's normal, or actually that's not normal, but like, that's just, you know, can be happening out of emotion and anger, and it really makes you like question yourself as a person. Like, am I a good person? Do I deserve to be with someone good? Like, are these things wrong with me? And like, the answer is just no. Like, know your worth. Know you're a badass bitch. No one can tell you differently. Or if you're a guy, like, you know, you're confident or whatever, but just like know that you are worth more, and that like, even if another guy is not going to give it to you, you should give it to yourself. You know, just know, like, carry yourself with confidence. You know that you bring something to the table. You need to know what you bring. Therefore, someone should know when they're with you, like, they're lucky to be with you. Like, the fact that you're giving someone your attention, like, they should feel grateful. They should be like, honestly, this is what the guy need to be saying. Damn, bro, she talking to me? She's talking to me? That needs to be his reaction. And if that's not his reaction, next person. He's not for you. Like, a guy should feel, or a girl should feel lucky that they have you, lucky that they're talking to you, because they need to know your worth as well as you need to know your worth. Know that there's just certain shit you should not be putting up with, that you don't deserve. Like, straight up, like, you do not deserve it. So if anyone tries to treat you less, like, your standards need to be up here. If anyone tries to treat you less than royalty, the door. Bye. Next. Boop. Done. Like, we're not having it. In 2020, we're not having it. I'm not having it. If you're not treating me like straight royalty, I am not talking to you. Next person. Next. And this is probably one of my last ones. Comfortability does not equal happiness. I was in a relationship for a really long time, and I was just really comfortable with that person. I didn't want to get to know somebody new. I didn't want to go through the process of, you know, that texting, and then you're talking and it's like, what are we doing? Like, no, I was just really comfortable in my relationship, and comfortability does not equal happiness. Like, just because you are with someone for a really long time doesn't mean that person is your forever, doesn't mean that it's meant to be. If you guys are not compatible with each other anymore, don't hold on just because of the memories. Move on. Like, it'll be better for both of you guys. Not happy, she's not happy, or you're not happy and he's not happy. You know, it's no point of staying together just because you guys have been together for a long time. That doesn't make sense, because all you're gonna do is fight. You're just gonna, you know, you hold this like kind of resentment, you know, when you're with someone, and you know you have a lot of anger. Like, let's say that person did you wrong in the past, or you did that person wrong, you know, you have like this resentment towards each other, and it's this tension, and then it's like just becomes impossible, you know. So if you know that it's not working, don't stay just because you're comfortable. Don't stay just because, you know, you've been with that person for a long time. Honestly, none of that matters. What matters is your happiness. So if you are literally not happy, then you need to leave. And I know that's hard, because, you know, honestly, I'm speaking from experience right now. Like, you get attached to that person, you know. It's like you just get so used to having them around, so used to texting them every day, talking to them every day. But you need to think about like substance. What are you guys talking about? Are you talking and you're arguing when you guys are hanging out? Are you having a good time, or are you arguing? Like, what is actually happening in the time that you're together? Because if you're only thinking like, oh, I just want I just want this person because I'm used to texting him, I'm used to hanging out with him or her, you know, that's unhealthy. You know, you need to be with someone because you're happy. And if you're not happy, then you need to remove yourself. I didn't even realize how unhappy I was in my relationship until I was single, you know, just because I was just so used to it. So the last thing I want to say, what I'm going to end this video with, is you are that bitch, period. Period, poo. You're that bitch. You need to act like you're that bitch. So just know, like, I know, like, and this is like really me speaking from the heart, I know going through a relationship is really tough. It's really hard, you know. If you're with someone for a really long time, you care for them deeply, you love them, letting go is not easy, but sometimes it's just necessary. Like, I really had a hard time letting go. You know, I really thought I want to make this work, you know, and sometimes like I would second guess it, you know, and be like, did I make the right decision? But like, looking back, I know I made the right decision. Like, and that's not to say like, you know, anything on my ex. My ex is a good person, you know, we just weren't meant for each other. And I think sometimes that's just what it boils down to, you know. But I know during this time it's really hard. It's okay to cry. Crying is not a sign of weakness. I did a lot of crying. It's okay to just be sad some days. Like, it's okay. Like, that stuff is normal. But just, you know, rely on your support system. I relied a lot on my friends, a lot on my family, a lot on my mom. I call my mom all the time just because I was needed some guidance, and I needed someone to like be there for me that wasn't a male. Or if you're a male, not a girl. Like, I needed someone that didn't want any type of romantic relationship with me, but was really just looking out for me, my best interest, and really just like supported me during that really tough time, because that was a really tough time in my life. And you know, I was really like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I hadn't been single in a very long time. I wasn't used to this like single life. And even when I first became single, you know, if I start talking to a guy, I'd be like, oh my god, like, what if I get back with my ex? Like, you know, like, don't think like that. You know, you need to think like in the future, and you need to really do what's best for you. So I just want to say, if you guys are going through a breakup right now, I wish you the best. You got this. Don't get discouraged. It just takes time. You know, one day, you know, in a couple months, or, you know, even a year, you're gonna be like, wow, like, I'm so glad that I decided to choose myself. Because choosing yourself is important, you know. Like, it's not like you don't always need to be like, I need to make this work, I need to make this work, I need to make this work. Like, just look at it, and if it's really not working, you need to move on. But yeah, guys, I don't want to make this video too long, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And like, anyone going through a breakup, you got this. I got your back. Like, honestly, like, please feel free to like leave a comment or inbox me. I would love to like help anyone who's going through a really tough time, because I know how like alone and like sad, and honestly like at one point I feel like I was depressed, you know, when I was going through my breakup. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe. And I was like a little bit more vulnerable with you guys in this video, so please be kind to me in the comments. Please don't leave like anything like super mean. But yeah guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.